Ladies and gentlemen, now we'd like to move on to the next session. Next session is Session 5, Safe and Secure Cities. First, we'd like to welcome our panelist and moderator. The moderator for this session is Mr. Atsushi Koresawa. He's a former director of United Nations Human Settlements Program, Regional Office for Asia and the Pacific. And we have 5 leaders from each city. From Tokyo, Mr. Takashi Nakajima, Special Advisor to the Governor on Technical Affairs. And from Helsinki, Mr. Juhana Rautiainen, Mayor of Helsinki. From Jakarta, Mr. Afan Adriansyah Idris, Assistant to the Secretary of Jakarta for Development and Environment. And from Rome, Ms. Monica Lucarelli, Deputy Mayor in charge of security policies, productive activities, and equal opportunities. And from Tirana, Mr. Genchi Gojideri, General Director of Integration, Strategic Planning, and Economic Development. So welcome to the session, everyone. Now let's start session 5. I'd like to pass the microphone to Mr. Koresawa.
Hello. Yep. Thank you, MC Ms. Kaneko, for kind introduction. And good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are awake, not sleeping. So, and let me first congratulate Tokyo Metropolitan Government and other participating cities for launching this GNet. It's an excellent initiative among many large cities around the world. I have a high expectation for the future and current and future for this networking. And I'd like to also thank all the panelists. We have 3 panelists on stage from Tokyo, Helsinki, and Jakarta, and 2 panelists who are connected online. One from Rome, Deputy Mayor Monica, and Tirana from Albania. Okay, this session is, as you know, safe and secure city. We have been discussing, and we already know that the cities around the world are facing different or wide range of threats, risks. Most notably, 3 Cs. What are 3 Cs? Crisis, climate change, and COVID-19 pandemic. But most recently, you remember that earthquakes hit Turkey and Syria border areas. The death toll of which already surpassed 50,000. And that's a stark reminder, underscoring the importance of preparedness for disasters of all kinds and all scales. So, my name, sorry, I didn't mention my name. My name is Atsushi. My name sounds a bit like, that one, sushi. Sushi Tech, they are organizing. So sushi is named after Japanese food, as you know. So my name is just one sushi, sushi. Okay? So, and I worked for Japanese government for many years, different ministries, and also international organizations, such as UN and OECD. And I functioned as a regional director of UN Habitat for Asia-Pacific region, 5 years, which cover about 40 countries in this region. Before moving to the current duty station, which is Bangkok, Thailand, where I'm assisting the Thai government's Ministry of Interior, local administration department for their efforts for local development planning and sustainable cities, with focus on smart city development. So probably you are quite familiar with smart cities around the world, and probably you are also taking a lot of initiatives for that. So this session is safe and secure cities. In other words, how to build safe and resilient cities. That's an important part of urban SDG, make cities and communities inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. So, I like to hear the experiences, lessons learned, and new ideas from cities who are part of this session about how they are building their cities safe and resilient. So, without further ado, I'd like to invite the first speaker from Tokyo Metropolitan Government. And I'd like to ask Mr. Nakajima, he's a special advisor to the governor on technical affairs, to start your presentation.
I'm Takashi Nakajima from Tokyo Metropolitan Government. I'm sorry, but I'm not so good at English, so please let me speak in Japanese. それでは今日は都市の活動の基盤となる安全安心な都市に関する東京都の取り組みについてご説明させていただきます。東京都は人口1400万を超えるメガシティです。自然災害の危機に直面する中にあっても都民の生命と暮らし、日本を支える首都東京の機能や経済活動を維持するため各施策をレベルアップする必要があります。インフラ整備は非常に長い時間とコストを要することから将来を見据えて中長期にわたり安定的継続的に取り組んでいかなければなりません。こうしたことから東京都では昨年末に100年先も安心を目指してformulated Tokyo Resilient Project at the end of last year with the aim of ensuring peace in mind for the next 100 years. Today, I'd like to introduce several technologies related to safety and security of water infrastructure. The Tokyo Metropolitan Government has worked on securing water source, constructing water treatment facilities, pipelines to ensure stable supply of safe, high-quality water. Our leakage rate is maintained at only 3%. One of the lowest in the world. In addition, with the advanced water purification treatment, we remove organic matters from the water through ozone treatment and biological activated carbon absorption, making our water supply even safer and taste better. You can taste our tap water in the lobby this building. Recently, there was a devastating earthquake centered in southern Turkey. Japan is also an earthquake-prone country, and we make sure to keep water supply even during earthquakes by systematically replacing water pipes with earthquake-resistant joint pipes, which did not break. In order to maintain sewage and road traffic functions, even in the event of earthquakes, we have also developed and promoted unique technologies and countermeasures, such as earthquake-resistant technology for connection between sewer pipes and manholes, and to prevent manholes from floating due to liquefaction. Also, we have developed a method to renewal sewer pipes while water is flowing without digging up road. Furthermore, for a better water environment, we have developed a device to remove more than 70% of the waste discharged from the combined sewer system into rivers and seas when it rains. 下水道技術は世界各国でも活用されています。ロビーに模型も置いてありますので、お時間があればご覧ください。都はこうした取り組みなどを通じて水インフラに関する安全安心な都市づくりを進めていきます。ありがとうございました。
Thank you, Mr. Nakajima, for keeping time to let's say less than 3 minutes. I'm not watching looking at my watch. Thank you very much. I'm also currently I'm living in Thailand, Bangkok, but I'm originally resident of Tokyo, and I know quite a lot about Tokyo. So I probably shouldn't ask questions to you, but other cities may want to ask questions to Tokyo in the second round. Okay. Now, let's move on. And I'm very honored to invite the mayor of Helsinki, Juhana Vartiainen. I have known him for quite some time because Helsinki is a leader, particularly in many domains, including SDGs. And also, Mayor, came to Japan and Tokyo out of a very busy schedule. I heard he need to go back to your city tonight to attend, other engagement. Okay, without spending more time for introduction, I'd like to ask Mayor to present your city.
Thank you, Asushi. Juhana Vartiainen is the name, as said, Mayor of Helsinki. Takashi talked about security issues as technological issues. Let me take two other perspectives that are very important for our purposes as well. In general, Finland is a safe country, and Helsinki is one of the safest cities in the world. A child can go alone to school even at night, or there are no no-go areas in Helsinki. But in my view, in our view, in the city leadership, security has at least two very important aspects. And the first aspect is that the citizens are part and feel part of the same city. We want to combat segregation. We don't want to have us live in a city where different parts of the city feel hatred against each other and they don't trust other citizens in Helsinki. And this is why we think that in order to build security, we must really start from scratch, start by combating all kinds of segregation. This sounds obvious. It is not obvious in all cities of the world. Surely in Tokyo, where one gets the feeling that everybody understands that we are here together, we understand the rules, we are friendly towards each other. This is the case in Tokyo, to a large extent in Helsinki, but it is something that demands constant vigilance. We don't want segregation to increase so that some parts, some groups in the city feel that they are not in the same city with some others. And that's why it is so important that we have similar schools, similar services to all Helsinki citizens, regardless of their income level. And in fact, as Asushi, you mentioned, I have to rush back to Helsinki. This is precisely because of that. Tomorrow, the City Council, they have read a report which says that we have special music classes or mathematics classes in schools, and it turns out that they are socially segregating, that only children from richer or better income households go to music classes and some other children go to other classes. Our council is so worried about that I have to rush back because of that and answer their questions. So this is very topical because of this theme. Then let me just conclude by mentioning another very important theme for security, which has now become extremely acute, and this is the hard issue of military security. There is a war ravaging Ukraine in Europe, and we share with Ukraine that same very unpredictable neighbor, a 1,300 kilometers border with Russia. We have always had that. We are a nation and a city that is well prepared, but it is a part of our duty as a city leadership to uphold this preparedness. For example, shelters, underground shelters for everybody and even more. This is something that we continuously build up, uphold and maintain. And now that there is a conflict in Europe, we see to it that all these facilities are in order and functional. This is something where we now have to brush up our activities. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you, Mayor. You touched on two related but different issues. One, the first one is a kind of issue of segregation, and how to secure trust. And also second part is more about security and safety. Probably, I probably do not. I have been to your city only once, and I probably don't know much about your city's situation. If you don't mind, could you be a little bit more specific about segregation issues? In the previous sessions, participants talked about people, migrants and marginalized communities, and how to make the society more inclusive. So probably it is similar to that issue. But if it is not so sensitive, could you be a little bit more specific about segregation? Now
directly.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we have realized that although Helsinki has always been a rather safe city, now there are signals and signs of especially young people feeling more insecure in some parts of the city, which are now linguistically more diverse. There are more immigrants. We have to face the facts. And something that we have understood is that this demands cooperation between our city divisions. It is an issue for social workers. It is an issue for schools, teachers. It is an issue for psychologists, mental health specialists. It is an issue for the police. And what we try to build up now, partly facilitated by the Bloomberg Philanthropies Foundation, we try to build up a new kind of regional administration system where all these divisions of ours can cooperate and address those issues of, for example, some areas of the city becoming less secure because of gangs who might want to engage in drug trade. And this is not something that the police can alone cope with, the teachers cannot alone cope with. So we try to look at new administrative solutions. We are quite thankful to Bloomberg Philanthropies for facilitating this kind of innovative approach as to our activities.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. I may come back to you later with more questions about security issues. Next speaker is back to Asia and growing and very prosperous city, Jakarta. I had a chance to visit many chances. I mean, probably more than 20 times to visit Jakarta, and I know to some extent the opportunities and also the issues and challenges of your city. But I'd like to invite Pak Afan. He's the Undersecretary of Development and Environment, and talk more about your city, Jakarta. So please take the floor.
Okay, thank you, Asushi-san. Good afternoon. First of all, thank you for the invitation to join with this great event. And it is good opportunity. Please allow me to share about our experience about flood management in Jakarta. Jakarta is the capital of Indonesia, and total population of Jakarta around more than 10 million citizens. It's a big enough. Jakarta located at the downstream area with 13 rivers flowing through from outside to Jakarta. So no wonder if we in Jakarta vulnerable with flood and also many issue of environmental. Flood in Jakarta coming from three sources: from the upstream, at the midstream, and also at the downstream area. At the midstream, at the southern part of Jakarta, it's a highland area, and previously it was a forest and also tea plantation, but now becoming housing at some area. And at the midstream area, here coming the local rain to 13 rivers which flowing through Jakarta. And the condition almost the same with the upstream. And last, at the downstream, here we face the tidal flood at the coastal area of Jakarta. And next, I will show you about how we tackle about the problem at the upstream, at the midstream, and also at the downstream in Jakarta. We, from the provincial government, we have very limited resources, especially for budget resources. And also, we have very limited the other resources. So we have to collaborate with the national government to support us. And from the collaboration between the provincial government of DKI Jakarta and also the national government, here, first at the upstream area, on the last December 2022, the president inaugurated 2 dry dams, Ciawi and also Sukamahi. These 2 dry dams, they will reduce the discharge of the Ciliwung River, the biggest river in Jakarta, around 30%, and they reduce the flood inundation area from 464 hectares becoming 211 hectares. And the collaboration between the DKI Jakarta provincial government and also the national government, we are now ongoing the progress of development of Ciliwung Floodway project. Actually, this is a shortcut. And we also construct for the 9 polders and 4 retention basin and capacity improvement for 2 rivers. The project at the upstream and also at the midstream area all will be accomplished at the next month on April 2023 and will be full operational. And for the downstream area, actually we have more than 100 kilometers for the coastal dike, but we have the very limited of the budget. So we have to choose, so we have to focus at the critical point. So we have the 33 kilometers critical point. And to accomplish the 33 kilometers critical point, the national government, they handle for 11 kilometers, and we from provincial government handle for 22 kilometers. And if we talk about how to tackle the tidal flood, in the next slide, we have to talk also about the land subsidence and also the sea level rises. The 2 issues are the same condition in many other countries. I'm sure many cities who come or who attend this meeting face the same problem, many of us. The 2 conditions, at the same time, we have to face the land subsidence and also the sea level rises, so the tidal flood impact more severe at the coastal area. For the area surface, so to tackle this problem, we have 3 strategies. First, we construct for the coastal dike, like I mentioned before, and the second, we expand for coverage drinking water pipe. For the existing condition, we in Jakarta, total coverage reached about 64%. And we have the target, by 2030, it will be 100%. And now the progress of the development of drinking water pipe is ongoing. And the third, we control for the extraction of groundwater. This is also important. And here we establish for some regulation. You can see from the data series that after the regulation established, the condition of the land subsidence and also the groundwater are getting better. Now I would like to explain about the new one of the regulation about the groundwater free zones. Here, Cities① in Jakarta, start from August of this year. For the building located at the area serviced by the drinking water pipe, and they fulfill the criteria more than 5,000 meters square floor area, and they have more than 8 floors. The building are prohibited to extract for the groundwater. And I'm back with the issue of the tidal flood. In my opinion, that the government should move fast, because if not, many people will lose their property. And also the government, us, maybe we will lose so many infrastructures and also many stakeholders. They will lose many assets at the coastal area. I think that's enough for my presentation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
As I said, I've been to Jakarta or Indonesia many times, and I found Indonesia, including Jakarta, of course, and Japan, have a lot of common challenges, particularly when it comes to natural disasters. We have earthquake, flooding, and in the past, not now, Japanese big cities also experience land subsidence, which cause flooding and so on and so forth. And there is a lot of collaboration ongoing between two countries and cities. So I come back to you later with more questions. So we have two speakers online. One is from Rome, and I'd like to ask Deputy Mayor of Rome, Monica, are you online? Can you start your presentation?
Yes, I am.
Thank you, grazie. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Good morning. Yes, I'm sorry not to be there with you, but I got ill just before having my flight to Tokyo, and so I had to remain in Italy, and I'm very sorry, but very pleased to be here with you this morning, here in Italy this morning, for you this afternoon. So just a few words about Rome. Rome is the largest city in Italy. Of course, not as large as Jakarta, but for Italy numbers is a large city. Just think that Rome is as large as the sum of the 9 largest cities in Italy after it. And on daily basis, we have almost 6 million people among citizens, commuters, and tourists in about 1,300 kilometers, equally split in urban area, green, and agriculture. Rome is the largest agricultural city in Europe. So for us, it's very important, all the sustainability themes, and we are working hardly on them. Due to catch the goal of sustainability, safe and security, Rome must fill the gap of inadequate infrastructure investment rate in terms of mobility, waste management, technologies, both telecommunications and security, and civil infrastructures. Now we have really a great opportunity to reach those goals, and we have to catch it right now. And I say right now because in the next 4 years, 16 billion euros of investments are expected due to public and private funds as Next Generation EU 2025 Jubilee event and others. We deeply studied with the scope to develop a city transformation project based on an integrated approach due to make Rome a safe and sustainable city. We tackled the different problems with multidisciplinary solutions. Focusing on the specific topic of this session, the main point which we are working on is a unique space to respond to the potential city emergencies. As a consequence, we are to implement a technological infrastructure enabling advanced services and applications based on 5, 6G, Wi-Fi, and fiber technologies. A unique management system based on 3 items: public and private systems interoperability, artificial intelligence technologies focused on video surveillance and mobility applications, and of course, cybersecurity systems to prevent any threatening encounters. For sure, all technological items are a necessary condition to get a safe city and a sustainable city. But there's another point of view that we have to take into account, and for us it's very, very important. Rome is for sure known in the world for its heritage and beauty, but it's also the city of peace and a crossroads of peoples of different cultures. And I want to remember this point as we want Rome to be an inclusive city, and it's very connected with a safe and a safe city. That is very important. In fact, also on safe and security point of view, we are hardly working on social policies due to give a new life to our old peers and their citizens, renovating the schools, reducing the digital divide, developing job opportunities, implementing social housing. These are all examples of implementing projects that will contribute to make Rome a fairer city with less social pressure. Because, of course, safe and security are made of many points of view, and we have to take into account everything. It's not so easy, but we are hardly working on all those goals. So for the moment, I can stop here, and I can prosecute with my presentation later.
Grazie. Thank you very much. And I'm pleased to see you are recovering from the flu. Thank you very much, despite time difference. And we have one more speaker online who is also from Europe. From Tirana, Albania, we have General Director of Integration, Strategic Planning and Economic Development, Mr. Kojdeli. Are you there online? Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Please.
Yes, I'm online.
Yeah, proceed.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning from our region. Good afternoon to you. First of all, thanks a lot to the Tokyo Metropolitan Government for organizing this very high-level event. I apologize on behalf of my mayor and Tirana's administration. We couldn't be there in present, but we have closely followed all the work of the GNET initiative, and Tirana gladly joined all the initiatives presented so far by this prestigious network. In regards to the topic that we're discussing, we as a city administration became aware of the fact that climate change is now a major reality in our day-to-day work. In the last 8 years, or in the last 2 mandates of our mayor, Tirana has experienced within this period of time forest fire, floods, snow and blizzards, earthquake, and the global pandemic. So what used to be once in a century or once in 50 years, a rare event, now it has become a business as usual challenge for all the cities, and this new reality has transformed the view that municipalities have to face this new paradigm, this new model of existence for how we approach the services that we need to provide to our citizens. Tirana has done a lot to adjust to this new development paradigm. We started our efforts to rehabilitate all the river banks in the rivers trespassing our city. As a result, no major floods has impacted the city in the last 7 years. So water security has become a key priority for the city. With the help of the experts from JICA, from the Japanese International Collaboration Agency, we have developed a study for that guarantees the city's water supply, and we are now working on the water distribution pressure ring that guarantees stable and high pressure water supply for all the citizens. We had to adjust to the way that we were providing services due to the 2019 earthquake that hit Albania and Tirana. So a lot of our effort went into the post-earthquake systemic broad-reaching efforts to build new homes and to reconstruct and rebuild apartment buildings and individual homes that were damaged or destroyed by the earthquake. In the last 5 years, Tirana has guided all the city's key investments in reference of our Green City Action Plan, which is a strategic document that focuses on climate resiliency and climate change mitigation. Within this strategic document, Tirana is now working on issues such as energy security. We are implementing a new LED lighting project to replace all lighting points of the city with energy efficient bulbs for better lit and safer roads. We have continuously implemented our tree planting initiative. In the next month, within the year 2023, Tirana will reach its objective of 1 million trees planted. We have several initiatives that relate to energy security. The municipal fleet is fully electric. All new taxi licenses in Tirana are electric. And we are working towards new BRT, bus rapid transit, public transport lines that are going to use electric buses. The challenges ahead of us continue to be very demanding for the efforts that the municipality needs to put in place in order to mitigate such challenges. But I am very glad that we also can learn from the best practices around the world, and this is why we do appreciate a lot participation in the GNES Summit. So I'm closing my presentation here, and I'm looking forward to ideas and questions from the panel and from the participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Coach Deri. Thank you very much. Okay, I think we are running out of time because my time management, which is not so good. We have about 5 minutes left, but I'd like to ask just a few questions to the panelists, and I come back to Tokyo at the very end so that you can kind of wrap up this session. First question is to Helsinki Mayor, and you already talked about the issue of segregation and also a little bit about about security. May I ask what is currently the biggest factor impacting the security in Helsinki, and what are the concrete measures you are taking? Very briefly, thank you.
In security, you have to get everything right. I would say that politically, it is this issue of segregation. We want to be a city that is one family, and that affects everything. For example, we try in all parts of the city, we try to mix all types of housing, both rented housing, purely commercial housing, subsidized housing, so that the different parts of the city do not become separate. But then, of course, this hard security, military side should never be forgotten, and that's why we are in the middle of brushing up our shelter arrangements. And Finland has always been a rather prepared nation in the spirit of, if you want peace, you must be prepared for war. We are not a militaristic nation nor a city, but we know that in order to be secure, we must show to everybody that we are prepared. And one social innovation that is quite innovative in Finland is a so-called national security course, where a couple of times per year, a part of the business elite, academia, civil servants all take part in a course where these emergency programs are gone through and the military doctrines and our security arrangements, so that we are prepared not only for the shelters, but also as a social group. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, next, the Secretary kindly allowed us to continue additional 15 minutes until 4:15. So we still have enough time ask questions. So let's go to Jakarta. I have two questions to you. The first one is, can you talk a little bit about the advanced efforts of your city on the topic of safe and secure cities, right? That's number one. And number two, you worked and talked about the water issues mainly, including land subsidence. But what are the unique challenges or initiatives you are taking in your city?
Okay, thank you, Asushi-san. First, in the last 3 years, all of us, we face the same problem. All of us hit by the COVID-19 pandemic. And also Jakarta. Many things were changed, especially for our habit. Before the pandemic, we usually in the morning, maybe we pick up our children, goes to school, and maybe at the weekend, we go to the theme park, to the sport club, or etc. But after the pandemic, everything was changed. The changing not only at the private sector or the citizen, but also at the government. And we, from the DKI Jakarta government, we use the pandemic as an opportunity to change, not only as a disaster. So we transforming our government service from manual mechanism, becoming information technology system. So all services that should be provided by the government could be reached by the information technology system. We set up a digital platform in Jakarta that can provide all public services. We call it JAKI, Jakarta Terkini or Jakarta Now. And the services are such as complaint of public service. If you have any complaint about the road, about our drainage system, about our pedestrian, electricity, or everything, you can call from JAKI. And also about the emergency services, about the air quality index, about the spatial planning. You can get the data about your land use, about your flow ratio. Previously, it was confidential. And also flood monitoring and risk management. Through JAKI, citizens could monitor the condition related with rain intensity, so we could know several areas that possible to be flooded, so we can mitigate the citizen and reduce the potential loss and also the injured people. Ladies and gentlemen, the important things that related with our experience, that we can just deal with flooding only by develop the infrastructure. But we have to improve also about our information technology system. And by improving the system, we are not only get the data, but also indirectly we can engage for the community, for the citizen to be involved in disaster management. Okay, I think enough. That's my explanation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your reference to the ICT and digital solutions is kind of bring me to the next city, Rome, because Deputy Mayor talked about the cutting-edge technologies like AI and IoT or many other things. And my question to you is, while you are, how can you fostering innovation in historical city of Rome while you are making city safer and more resilient? Can you kind of share some experience and ideas?
Yes, of course. At the very beginning of our term, we did a choice. And as in Italy, the level of investments on telcos infrastructures were not enough to actually reduce the digital divide in the short and medium term. Rome decided to develop a neutral host network due to support all the advanced software application needed for the city government, the IoT, and private services. We did it basing on 3 pillars and making our infrastructures available, for example, for tunnels, light poles, traffic lights, light signs, and so on, selecting towers companies, and making a high transmission capacity available for all citizens, private companies, local government, and police forces. This technological environment fosters new business opportunities to develop innovative services such as live video surveillance. So videos become the input that enable analysis and real-time people behavior. And thanks to the AI, detect automatically any infrequent behavior and answer promptly to any crisis. For example, measuring the respect of the COVID-19 measures. Then a high engagement of citizens, connecting citizens to public administration through their smartphones. So the connection will enable to communicate any problem related to security. Urban quality monitoring, distributed climatic and air quality sensors, along with systems for monitoring the environment that allow for the definition of sustainable development policies and the measurement of urban sustainability indicators. For example, monitoring the waterfalls and public transportation. A high-speed network facilitates monitoring of public transportation services, enhancing the ability of tailoring the service to citizen demands. Increase the lighting, that's very important. So the infrastructure would also allow you to adjust the brightness of the lights based on the needs. As a response, the lighting will adapt to events, manifestations, and other unique demands that will foster also the security of the city. And smart grid. Citizens will also be able to link to other devices and an energy electrical grid, which will feature a variety of operating and energy measurements. All data coming from all the applications mentioned above merge into the Rome data platform, whose architecture is conceived for multiple efficient uses that go from data analysis to making decision support, particularly in safety and security policies. All that I shortly talked about this morning will be operating by January 2025 because it will start the Jubilee event that, of course, it's very important from Rome, but for all the world. And if, as we hardly hope, Rome will win the nomination to host the Expo 2030, all these projects will be increased moreover. We are strongly positioning the city, or we are trying it in the global market. And as you know, all the roads lead to Rome. We do hope to welcoming you on that occasion and perhaps before, and so without waiting the 2030. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your kind invitation to Rome, and I'm looking forward to receiving an air ticket from your office. Okay, thank you very much. And you also touched on the interconnectedness between the issue of safety and security, and smart solutions and inclusivity. That's a very important point we need to keep in mind. So let's go to the Albania, Tirana, Mr. Kojideri. To be honest, I never been to your city yet, and I don't know so much about your city, how the situation is like. But may I ask, what is the kind of biggest challenge in terms of implementation of the policies and measures in your city? Technical issues or financial issues, or probably many other issues you may have. Can you share some of them?
Thank you for the very interesting question. In a brief explanation, Tirana is very similar to Rome. We don't have the Colosseum or the 3,000 years of history, but we do have a lot of the Mediterranean spirit and the willingness to do great things in collaboration with our wonderful people. The biggest challenge in terms of development and these new challenges the cities face is our mayor jokingly says that our biggest challenge is the 10 centimeters between the two parts of the brain. So it's the change of mentality. Our biggest challenge today, for example, is mobility, traffic, and the pollution that is created from traffic, and how the city behaves in view of the increasing need for transportation, for services, for products, and in the meantime, the fact that everybody needs or wants to have a private vehicle. This is the legacy from our communist past. So the same goes for many other initiatives that the municipality has undertaken in recent years. Our biggest challenge has been how to transform the mentality of our people when it comes to these new realities, be that in the area of energy efficiency or transportation or waste management or water management. We need to rewire, we need to reposition ourselves as a city, but also the residents of our city vis-a-vis these new challenges, these new realities that cities are facing globally. So we are, for example, a very rich country in water resources, which is a blessing, is a very big luck. But we also need to convince our people that water must not be wasted, it must not be used for washing your cars or watering your garden, because it's more important to use it for drinking purposes and whatnot. This is a mentality change. Then, for us as a municipality, we need to set all the mechanisms in place to change such mentality. But I think the biggest challenge for cities today in this new reality is how to rewire their citizens vis-a-vis these new challenges that we globally are facing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kojideri. Last not the least, I'd like to ask Mr. Nakajima about what Tokyo government, metropolitan government, could offer to cities which are facing the similar challenges. And you talked about this, disaster preparedness, but I know Tokyo has a lot of things to offer. So can you briefly explain what Tokyo would like to do within this networking?
Thank you for your question. Listening to your presentations, I realized that the safety-related area is actually broad. The things such as infrastructure and management, that's my area. So it's more physical things. That is my topic of my presentation. But I'd like to share what we are doing in terms of infrastructure. As you can see on the picture, this is Tokyo. At the end of last year, Tokyo Resilience Project with the size of 15 trillion, it's a large scale, focusing on infrastructure improvement, including some of the software, intangible things, to take measures against the flood or because of the climate change. So we showed our commitment as a Tokyo metropolitan government. So this is about climate change-related initiatives. So as was presented earlier, this is what we are doing. We dig the big tunnel underground. So when the flood water comes, we store the water. And we are developing this facility. So in the future, we have to be prepared for the climate, the temperature increase by 2 degrees. So we are trying to build this kind of infrastructures more and more going forward. This is for storm surge related measures. Again, on average, the sea level is expected to rise about 60 centimeters on average. So we are developing the infrastructure, and we have to take more measures in this area as well. So, on the other hand, we have to do something that are not related to physical, as gaining the support from citizens in Tokyo to let people flee in emergency or getting emergency information and share the information with the citizens. So now we see more developed advancement of ICT or digital technologies. So dangerous information about the heavy rain, we show the map. This area is very dangerous area, things like this, and also connect the data with the smartphone that people are using, and also when disaster happens, to allow people to be prepared by cooperation among citizens. That's important, I think. So we have a basic local government level under Tokyo Metropolitan Government. We work together with them, and this is the last point. And also, education is important for younger people, to let them know the importance of making sure the safety in the metropolitan area and have them think about what are needed and take actions. So we are also focusing on education.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nakajima. You helped me a lot. I probably don't need to wrap up. And the last point you referred to, like community-based or initiatives and also education. They are quite important in addition to hard infrastructure and solutions. So I think we have already reached the end of this session. But I'd like to thank all the panelists on stage and online for sharing very rich and insightful experiences and ideas. Thank you very much. Let's continue our communication. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So lastly, we'd like to take a photo all together. So would you please gather in the middle of the stage? And also, Madame Deputy Mayor Lucarelli and Mr. Coach Lady, would you join us photo session together? We'd like to show you on the screen so we can take a photo all together. Thank you very much. That concludes the photo session. And thank you for the sharing of your stories. Please give a big hand to all the panelists and moderator. Thank you. So that concludes the session 5. And we will have a break now. Session 6 will start at 5:10. So please kindly return to your seat by 5:10. And for the leaders who will be on the stage for next session, please gather to the briefing room at 5 p.m. Your liaison will guide you. And the lobby is currently being prepared for the next program, which is a reception party. So please take cautions as you walk through it. If you would like a drink, please inform the nearest staff member. So the last session, section 6, will start from 5:10 p.m. Thank you.